Welcome to Heroes of the CapeFear, where we put the spotlight on those individuals who are inspiring, motivating, and making a big difference in the CapeFear community. Welcome to Heroes of the CapeFear. I am here with George Hale. George, how are you, buddy?
Pretty good, Chad. How are you?
I'm good, man. I appreciate you joining me. I've been wanting to chat with you for a while now. I hadn't seen you in a while, but I wanted to kind of share your story. I think it's inspiring, and a lot of the things you're doing in the community to give back. And so I just want you to kind of tell your story, kind of tell me your upbringing, how long you've been in the Wilmington area, and kind of your story.
Well, I'm born, bred, and raised. I'm a true Wilmingtonian. We didn't have a lot. My dad was retired military, and my mama was a secretary. So we worked. We made do with what we had. I didn't get everything I wanted, but I got everything I needed. I myself personally have battled addiction my whole life. I am a drug addict in recovery and have been clean over 15 years. I'd love to tell you that when I first sought recovery that I've stayed clean the whole time since then, and I didn't. I was introduced to recovery in June of '91, and I had put some time together, but went back. So I battled it, and through recovery, a lot of good things occurred in my life. I've been clean a lot of years, and we had 3 kids and lived in a nice house, and I started getting high again, and this time it was bad. It got real bad, and I got caught, and it was December the 11th of 2004 was the last day I used. It was our youngest child's 4th birthday, and I was getting high, and I don't think it's important that I say what I was getting high on, but when I get high, I get high. And
do you still have those temptations today?
No, I don't. That has been removed.
Tell me a little bit about your involvement with Celebrate Recovery.
I was invited to go on a retreat, and there was this one man who he was my prayer partner. And I met him, and he said, "Tell me a little bit about yourself." And I just kind of told him just what I told you. I destroyed my family. My life's a mess. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm broken. I'm hurting. And he just loved me. He didn't judge me. He didn't say you're a horrible, terrible person. He just loved me. He said, "What can I do to help?" And it was because of that one man's love I didn't leave the church. And I didn't leave that weekend, and I stayed put. And that on that weekend, God spoke to me and said, "George, I want you to bring Jesus Christ to addicts." And I'm like, how am I going to do that? I said, I've wreaked havoc on my life. And, God just said, "I want you to bring Jesus Christ to addicts," but didn't tell me how to do it. And I've come to learn that God doesn't call the equipped, God equips the called. What Celebrate Recovery is, it's a 12-step fellowship that deals with hurts, habits, and hang-ups. So basically, it's for everybody. So it was kind of like we started this program and it's been going on over 14 years, and it was dirty, and it was dirty ministry because you're dealing with life. I mean, it isn't a tidy little thing that you wrap a bow on it and send it a check. Man, you freaking deal with life, and people die, and it's ugly and it's painful, and yet it's life changing and transforming. And it was people from many different colors and creeds and sexual orientations, and people that lived in the woods and people that lived on Park Avenue. And what it was a bunch of people that just came together and just loved each other. and supported each other and were there for each other. And for me, it's kind of like what heaven's going to be like. And
can you even put a number on the amount of lives that you've seen changed?
I could say probably in the 14 years, I can think of 300 to 500 people that have been touched in a mighty way. And
tell me, you are huge in a Christmas Eve outreach that is done at the church, and you're feeding the homeless, and almost 5,000, I think you're feeding every single Christmas Eve. Tell me about where that came from and that vision came from.
Well, I guess about 13 years ago, it was right before Christmas, and my wife, whose name is Amanda, we were, we had been through so much and our lives were broken, and things were just kind of, our priorities changed.
Sure.
What we lacked was humility. And what God did was humbled us enough to realize that what you're doing today, can you take that with you if you died tomorrow? And I can't take the job and I can't take the money, but I can take the making a difference in someone else's life. And so it was Christmas time, and our kids were, life was good. And they were like, give me. And my wife said, she was like, this ain't what Christmas is about. And she said, how about Christmas Eve, just me, you, and the kids cook a meal for those guys in that recovery house, and let's do it on Christmas Eve. And she's like, what do you think? And I said, absolutely. We'd love to do that. And that was 13 years ago. And so we got permission to use the little kitchen in the fellowship hall. We were going to feed like 20 guys and just have a friggin' party. And some people in the church said, so what are y'all doing? I said, man, we're going to cook a meal for some guys on Christmas Eve and do something for somebody else. And they were like, can we do that? Can we be a part of that? And we were like, sure. And, in the very first year, we fed 250 people on Christmas Eve. And it changed. And then 2 years ago, we fed over 5,000.
Unreal. And you're delivering food all over as well to places where they're tenting in the woods and living. You're bringing the food to them a lot of the times, and you're bringing love and some spirit and a little bit of hope,
That's it. That's it, and it's essential that Jesus didn't sit down and say, come to me. He went out. And so it's about going out, and what I hear is I hear the voices and I hear the people from the folks that are unchurched, that don't go to church. And they say, you're the church that never stops giving. And there are people that pretty much for 13 years have been coming to see us and getting a plate. And I know these people. And, and it's just like the family coming over for Christmas dinner. And it's a powerful, powerful experience, and it brings people together, and it's what we're supposed to do. But
I know that being a part of it myself and helping out, in a small amount compared to what a lot of people do around that place on Christmas Eve. But I mean, the cooking and the prepping starts weeks and weeks ahead, and they're every day cooking and cutting turkeys and hams and getting ready and prepped, and then you've got the youth that can come in and help serve and see the people that they're serving and get that feeling of, maybe there is more to this whole giving back to my community than they're used to. And I think they get to see that on Christmas Eve, and it really does bring in the meaning of Christmas. And I think you guys are doing such an amazing job with that.
Well, thank you.
It's awesome, man. George, man, I cannot thank you enough for taking your time. I know you're tired. You've been working all day, but I think people need to hear the real story and what gritty life is like. And unfortunately, there's a lot of things in this community and a lot of people that need a lot of service and a lot of help. And you are reaching out to them and making a huge difference. And I applaud you, and I thank you for that.
Well, thank you, Chad, and thanks for the good work you do, and stay out of trouble.
I'll do it, buddy. I promise you. Hey, be good, man. I appreciate your time.
All right, thank you, Chad.
Thanks.